Hi, my name is Brian Malik, and this piece I would like to feature some pretty incredible instruments that were designed and created by an artisan by the name of David Russell. David is a paper artist, and if I remember what he said correctly, a lot of the techniques that he employs in his work is following the Japanese tradition of paper making. And he's a sculptor with this paper. He pulls the fibers apart to create three-dimensional objects. I met David when I was participating and exhibiting and doing workshops at a music therapy convention. And I fell in love with his instruments. His drums are made, you can see there is no shell to these drums. It's basically a hoop instrument with no shell. And the membrane of this instrument is created by the pulp that is the byproduct, if you will, of beating fabric in a trough with blades. It rips apart the fabric, and what's left is just the pulp. And then he skims the pulp off of the surface of the water, puts it in big pails, and then dyes each of those pails of pulp a different color. And then he uses screen, and he lays out whatever pattern he is inspired to do using all of these different colors. And then he compresses it with a very, very powerful press to get rid of all the water. And then what he does is he has these metal hoops made of different diameters. My instruments today feature an 8, a 10, a 12, a 14, a 16, and an 18-inch drum that he affectionately calls earth drums, because you can see that in many cases, with the swirling of the different colors, he actually can create almost what appears to be a planet. So what I wanted to just show you is that it's interesting. He wraps the fabric over top of the metal hoop, and then by simply taking and compressing the overage over the hoop, and then applying a little bit of water with a sponge, the fibers of the paper actually, as they dry, they infuse together. And so then I use heat, and the reason why I use heat from the lamps underneath the drums is because there's a little bit of moisture in the air. And with any kind of a fixed drum, many times they use goat, sometimes antelope, sometimes calf, fish, in this case paper. So what happens is with thin skins, or I should say any skin for that matter, it takes in the moisture, and if we don't have a way to mechanically tune it, then what happens is that we have to use either heat to draw the moisture out, bringing the pitch of the drum up, or we have to add moisture to the skin if it's way too high in pitch. So when you're dealing with what they call fixed-headed instruments, it's a little tricky. But today I wanted to perform a piece that I affectionately call pulp fiber.